All right, I think we have recording pending. All right. So, welcome in another second edition of, in Poland, there will be second edition of Rolling Scopes School. Not sure about the Uzbekistan. This edition kind of merged together these two countries, Uzbekistan and Poland. Today is March 8th. All the best to the women who joined the channel and our school in this special day. So today's meeting agenda basically will just cover things about the school in general. We'll talk. I can hear someone. Could someone just make sure, guys, that you turn off the microphones? Thank you. Turn off the microphones. Yeah, and so we can start. So this edition starts in March 8th, which is today, but actual task you will get tomorrow. That will be the first task. Today, let's cover some basic stuff about the school in general. So, first of all, it's worth mentioning that this school is mostly prepared by and organized by the community around the Rolling Scopes community. And I encourage you all to join the community. I added here the address for Polish edition. You can also research for another Facebook accounts. But for example, in Poland, we make sure that all content is in English. So whatever country you're from, you can read and you can communicate with us in English. So it doesn't matter that this is for Poland. So far the way how I present this, but I will just stick to this format of presentation. I won't be doing the full screen because from time to time I need to jump to the browser and show you something different. So there's no point of me showing the full screen of the screens. So what is the idea behind the Rolling Scopes School? First of all, the school is free. The school assumes that we all have the rights to the free education, and we want to share the knowledge for free. And we, despite whatever where are you from, how much money you have, you should be able to learn and improve yourself. So this idea is based that we are first at some point where we always start from the point where we are just students. We want to learn something. And very often, in many different forms, we ask other people for help. This help can be in the form of the school like we are. This form can be on Facebook. We ask questions on some groups. We ask questions on Stack Overflow. We ask questions, a lot of questions, and we receive some knowledge from people who just give us this knowledge to us. And so once we learn this, we become at some point developers, programmers. So we kind of have this obligatory to also share our knowledge right now at this point. So when the student becomes a developer, it also should think about becoming a mentor and also share the knowledge. So again, mentor mentors new mentees, and those mentees also become new developers and also should share their knowledge. So this is our beautiful idea. A few facts about the Rolling Scopes. Our main course is JavaScript front-end course, and some statistics. Unfortunately, I don't have like data from different countries, for example, from Western Europe. But in Russian-speaking countries, which are Belarus, Russia, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Ukraine, we have about 11,000 people which applied in only 2020. 10% of them completed the course. We had over 400 mentors. We help and kind of made possible for some people, or maybe we just help them to be hired by EPAM, or there are also different companies which are also hiring our graduates. Our community in general, right now we have only on Discord 50,000 people. The atmosphere is friendly. We always share our knowledge. There are lots of people who are very active and help others. You can always ask questions, and you will be very welcome with very basic questions and more advanced questions. We have 80+ regular volunteers who organize the school, help prepare events, help prepare the school. There are multiple opportunities for the communication. We share learning in many ways. We do courses, we do meetups, we do schools, and this is not only for front end, but we have also different. I will show you later that there are also different like things you can learn with us. Benefits from Rolling Scope School. So when you join the school, you will have online classes. You will have possibility to view lectures on YouTube. The lectures are prepared by, most of all, by very experienced developers. They are not just, maybe the form of the lessons, it's not as well prepared like you can find, for example, on courses on Udemy or any platforms. So the form, maybe it's not as professional as some professionals they do that, but you can be sure that the knowledge you obtain, it's professional, it's from professionals, and you can rely on this. We also give some employment opportunities, but I want to stress here that like joining the school and applying for the job, even at EPAM, they are completely separate things. You basically learn, and what you learn, the knowledge you obtain, will probably help you to get a job, but it doesn't guarantee in any way. You don't get any benefits just only by you finish the school. You get benefits from the things you learn here. You also, during the school, you also take interviews. So during the school, the mentors will interview with you. This is one thing which is to check your knowledge and your progress, but also this is a great opportunity for you to practice this skill, because being able to act very professional on the interview, it's a great skill. You also do you check, so in the sense that we basically when we're asking a questions, we're asking a question which may appear during the interviews, real interviews. So you basically may think that you know the answer, but actually, if you need to articulate this answer, you need to speak out and explain some topic. This may be completely something different than you thought that, for example, you know. So this is really complex things, and all this happens during the interviews, and the interviews are also conducted by developers. Students, of course, can rapidly attend the courses. We don't close the doors because you just finished the course. You can attend many times. So, for example, if you feel that the course is too advanced, because the course is advanced, it's not like for complete beginners. So you can start doing this, you can work on the task, but if the tempo is too fast for you, if the task is, you don't understand this, don't be afraid that this is only one time chance. It's not. And we also, right now, we also have students which were already in the previous, for example, editions. And one word to them, great to see you again. But if it's possible for you to help the new students, that would be awesome. If you like can answer questions, be active on our Discord channel, that would be very appreciated. There's of course no limits, not only age, there's no limits for the students. What else? No, okay, so that was brief introduction. So maybe now a few things about the school, how it works. So we have homepage, our homepage. Let's start from here. What we can. So this is the homepage, and this is what I mentioned before. There are many different courses. Unfortunately, we're gonna work on this, but most of them are still in Russian. The Rolling Scope School came basically, it grown and was like born and grown in Russian speaking countries. So it came from Russia, Ukraine, Belarus. I'm not exactly sure what other countries were contributing in the very beginning, but it came from Russia. It grew from there. So there are so many people who contribute, but they still don't want to like share, like they share knowledge, but in Russian. So this is like this mentoring program is kind of first step to be entirely in English. And I hope in some time we have more courses also in English. So we have basically Angular, React. So this is like for framework-based courses. We have front-end JS, of course. We have machine learning, iOS, Android, Node.js, AWS, and most popular right now is JS front-end, which is basically the mentoring program you applied for. So that this information you can get from our main page. Not here. Documentation. We'll jump to documentation, but one notice, guys, I will share all this presentation with you. So all the links I'll be showing you, don't worry about this. You will get them. I will send all this to you. So documentation. The second thing is documentation. So this is documentation. You probably should get familiar with this documentation. One of the first things you should do is at least go over some main points, what you can learn here. So like whatever, I would say, don't read like every paragraph here. Just go first, check what headers are here. And if you, for example, have questions, this may ring the bell that, oh, that was in the documentation. So don't treat this documentation by like reading by heart and learning, but spend some time just to get some idea about what you can find in this documentation. Also, if you find any bugs here, you can also create pull request and help us with this. We also have YouTube channel, and you're gonna use YouTube channel quite extensively during this course. So in this channel, you can find lots of materials to study, but here you also find the recordings and lectures that you will use during your program. So in this edition, because we have huge time difference and a bit lack of lectures, that was always a bit problem to organize people at the same time with lecture at the same time. This year, we gonna use recordings from the previous year. So you basically, you will be watching these recordings during your own time. You will find the time, you will be watching them. The live will be Q&A sessions. So whenever you have questions, we'll be gathering the questions, and the questions will be answered live. So YouTube channel. Discord invitation. This is very important. All communication will be via Discord. In different maybe editions, we use Discord or Telegraph, but it was a bit confusing, and it was additional effort to keep in sync two channels. Right now we have only one communication for our school. It will be Discord. You need to copy this invitation, this link, go to the browser, and you will get access to the Discord channel for the school. Telescope. Telescope is optional for students' mentors communication. I know that some mentors may prefer a Telescope for communication. So basically, you keep track on Discord. You are here to get any announcements. But if you find better to, communicate with your mentor on Telescope, you're welcome to do this. And here's the link to the Telescope. But actually, you can also use whatever channel you need, you want. Registration for course. So far, I think most of all, or maybe half of you, signed in the Community Z. That's this platform. So you basically found this course, and you kind of clicked register. But this is not all the work you need to do in order to register for the school. I don't know if I find the one, but anyhow, they all look kind of the same. Oh, maybe this one. So basically, this is the button you click to register, but you actually just register for the event, for today's event. The school itself has a separate application. I will show you right away the application. Yeah, okay, that's correct. I thought that I messed up with the slides, but this is actually the truth. In order to authorize yourself in the Rolling School application, you need to first have a GitHub account. And with this GitHub account, you can register, not register, like sign up for to the application and then register. So once you have, I won't be showing you how to create GitHub account. I assume that most of you know, and if you don't know, you need to just find a way and register yourself on GitHub. This is the first step. You need to GitHub account. Then finally, you can go to the Rolling Schools application. It's here. And you will be welcome with this kind of form where you specify your details, your location, some comment, you agree, and you can click submit. Hopefully you will get this notification that all went okay. And then you can see that in main, maybe I will, this is the, this you should be seeing in the our application dashboard. I will add it. Actually, I added this. Sorry. So once you register, you can use our application, and this is the URL for the application. So now you kind of registered. You are a student in our application. You will be working with code mostly on GitHub. I think just there are few things you do, just few tasks you do without GitHub. There are some coding tasks on Codewars, but all the rest you will be doing on GitHub. So you need to kind of create the space for yourself in GitHub. And this space is within the school, like school space. So within this space, you have your space. And in order to do this, so once you are here, you are registered, you go to dashboard. You get here some statistics about you, but the most important thing, the second thing you do after registration, you create repository. And here you probably won't have this because I already sent invite, and you can just kind of click here. And in this way, you will get your repository within our space, JS frontend English. You see, so right now, despite the fact that I have a different account, I have my own space, you get this private space for your code and for your tasks. So it's Rolling Scope School, and that's me, and this is the particular course you are in. Okay, I think that would be it for this part. I kind of wonder because I don't see if there are like questions here. Maybe I will open. Okay, I see some questions. Can we just do this? Okay. Okay, so maybe right now let's do a short kind of short Q&A session. I could not sign up Discord, only white window on Chrome. Yeah, it's weird because it's like application which should work. So maybe try different browser. Muhammad, try different browser. That would be first step. The other option is you can you can also download and install the Discord application. So maybe in this way. So not in the browser, but in locally. So these two approaches, please do check. Okay, someone is trying to help him. Can we register to the same account? Adrian J. I'm not sure about this. Actually, I'm not sure. Maybe we'll find. Please raise maybe this question in our Discord account, Discord chat, so we will not forget about this.
Hi, Pavel. Yeah, we can. Users can use same account.
Okay, thank you, Dmitry. Okay, that's awesome. We have also here a really big boss from the school, Dmitry. He'll be helping me with some of the questions. Thank you. Yes, you should select this course. Okay, did not help. Okay, sorry, Mukawa, that didn't work. Will we get steps we should follow to register? Yeah, Paulina, I think we just covered this. How do you understand this? Are you still unclear on something? You can write right now to me. To register, I mean to register to the school, yes? Paulina, are you with us? I would like to do it later. I mean, the recording will be available for you. So don't worry if you miss something. You will just rewatch the recording. That's one thing. The second thing is that, sorry. The second thing is that I will share with you those slides, and you basically will just read them one by one, and you will see. So yeah, that's all I think. Thank you. You're welcome. So let's go continue. Repo for school. So we basically, after the registration, we click this send invite thing, and we received a repo for the school. Another thing we need to go on with the program of school is we need to create, if you haven't already, our account in Codewars. Codewars is basically really awesome place to ace your JavaScript skills, or different even languages. There are lots of them. And so so basically you need to navigate to codewars.com. You need to, once basically you have your GitHub account, you can sign up with GitHub, or you can with email. Doesn't matter. Let's make. I've never signed up with GitHub. Okay, authority. It's not linked. Existing Codewars. All right, so this is some example that it didn't work for me, so it may not work for you as well. So if this doesn't work, I will try maybe one more time. GitHub is not linked to an existing Codewars user. Okay, not sure about this one, but if you may be creating new user, it will pass this step. I'm just signed in a regular way with my email, and you just sign in, and you have to kind of learn about this page. Katas, basically kata, it's a task to do. They have this kind of samurai way of the style. The UI is a bit like Japanese samurai. So they have the katas, block form. Well, basically I was always doing the katas. So you can find here exercise and difficulty. It starts from 8, which is the easiest one. 1 is the hardest one. And you can also filter them by the language. You can select your language here, JavaScript, and then you get only tasks which have this option to be in JavaScript. So right now, this task is in JavaScript. Here you put your code. Then you run it. This is covering basically, yeah, you test it. And if here, I think here you will get the output of the test. If you just test nothing, yeah, here is the test which failed, and here are some sample tests which may kind of give you some additional information on the task. So, for example, if you don't understand this instruction so well, you can always kind of see, maybe it's not the best example, but you always can see the cases which are the tests are against and the expected output. So here are just a math, so it's kind of difficult to maybe also to wrap your head around, but you also can kind of, from test, you can understand that maybe the task. It's like additional documentation sometimes in our tests. So, but usually just, you need to read this once at least, I think, twice, 3 times to understand, and then you need to run the code. So this is just like general information. It's good for studying. You can find here lots of tasks, but we kind of prepared for some tasks. We specified what task you need to do in order to pass some step in the school. So another thing you need to do after the registration, creating your GitHub, you need to also create account for the Codewars. At the very bottom of the slides, I kind of made these points, bullet points of all these steps. So you don't also have to memorize all this, what to do. So Codewars. Course content. Yeah, let's jump into course content. I think I already have opened this here. Yeah, so here I'd like to focus on a few things. One is like more organization. So first of all, you have dates here. So you don't do the tasks at your own pace. You need to do the task and meet the deadlines. So here, kind of every event in the school has its dates and it has the deadlines. So that's one thing. Another thing is, let's jump here. Okay, so this is the, what are you going to do? Basically, this is the theme of the title, sorry. So this is the titles. And we can see that we can, that's today, this is introduction. That's the, it's called Git, but maybe it's not the best description. Yeah, okay. So this describes what you need to learn. And this is you learning Git. How you learning Git? First of all, you set up your account. So you do something. You learn Git by creating your account. Another thing, we have this column, which is lecture URL. You open this lecture and you watch it. Then, if you have questions, what exactly needs to be done, or if you don't just understand something, you Google it. If you don't understand, if you didn't find the right answer for you, and this is for all the tasks and the way how you should work. So basically, you can watch video. If you don't understand something, you can Google it. Then you ask questions on our, if you still don't understand something, you ask questions in our Discord group. Then if, for example, no one can, from the students or our activists, they don't find the answers, we create Q&A sessions for this. So this is the last step. And this is not only because we are lazy as a developers, but most of all, this is how we basically work. In our work, we all the time find problems that we don't know the answers to. So we need to Google them. We need to Google a lot. So during this thing, you don't only learn Git, but during this process, you also learn how to Google and find things on the internet, how to quickly find things on the internet. This is one of the most important skill developer can have, like find answer quickly, because we don't memorize things. We learn some general patterns. We can have idea about something, but specifics we get from the internet. And that's very important, especially in the light of all the things, all the technologies, they just change rapidly. So you just need to Google everything and all the time. And this is the process of learning here. You're learning how to find things. So basically, yes, you start with the Git, you learn this, and also that's quite important. The second column is very important. You have also tasks. So you learn something and you have tasks. And your first task, you will be introduced with this task tomorrow. We basically go with the schedule on Tuesday and Thursday. So the events happens twice a week, second and third day of the week. It's not that crucial because we kind of go online. So if you kind of start on Friday, it doesn't matter, but it's the rhythm of the school, doing things on Tuesday and Thursday. What else? And by the way, try not to mess up with this list because it's edible. I have the copy, of course, but if you just kind of browse this list, try not to edit it. So Git, we start with Git. Then we go with code editor or IDE, if someone wanna call like this the VS Code. I actually don't work with VS Code. It's not like the only editor you will be using here. If you want, you can stick to different. If you have your favorite one, you can also use them. I think it's not that important. However, the VS Code has a lot of plugins, and working with them it makes your work much easier. I would say that this is maybe, I don't want to make any statement, but this is like maybe the best free editor you can get. Really worth looking into is also a different IDE. It's called WebStorm. It's really awesome for front-end developers. I personally, in my opinion, it's more convenient. I just like working with WebStorm. So I don't know. But we basically cover here in this lecture, we cover VS Code. If someone is more interested in different editor, he should find information on his own, which is very, very welcome. And for example, as you could see here, you kind of, in the first task, you get the Git, some knowledge, then you do some task, and next time you have deadline. You have this Codewars stage 1 to fill. So you need to basically stick to these dead times. And I will show you right now how to, forget the word. Yeah, how to provide your answers. Let's go like this. So if you're in this application, can I let you know right now what is the first task? Because you already see that this is a Codewars task. So you need to go first to Codewars. Let's go back to the spreadsheet here. So task, task URL. So this is getting task, and this is the task URL. You open it, and you have a typical GitHub repo with description, what needs to be done. So this is basically what you need to do for the first task. And how you do it. You just go one by one. We assume that you already have this Codewars account, and you need to solve it. So I had this train again because I already visited and I didn't solve it. So I have this train again. And the thing is that basically whatever you do here, you can try a lot of times. You just, you work on the answer. you trying the work, you can test. And finally, if the test pass, you do the attempt. That's very important, because the attempt, I've noticed it has more tests. So don't get upset, but sometimes you may pass this test, and during the attempt, there's additional tests running and it will fail. So you need to kind of still go back and work on this, but nothing happened bad for you. You just need to improve your answers. You work on this until, I think this is just for saving the CPU or something which runs these tests, because the tests needs to be run somewhere, maybe kind of saves something. So finally you go with this attempt and you submit. And finally, if you pass all the tests, you can submit here. Once you submit one, you go for all the others. I would say that don't be afraid to Google things and learn things. You don't have to. Probably we are not able to memorize even the splice and other methods on arrays, for example, are slice and splice, for example. There are two very confusing methods, which I always Google. So you need to kind of solve this task, trying basically also find the answer, but not the code itself. You need to find the answer for particular parts, for example. So here is something with strings. Maybe there are regular expressions, so you go to regular expressions and you kind of learn what to do. What you can, so you find the answers for small problems in order to gather them together and solve your problem. So yeah, so the first task will be this. And once you get all these katas right, or you may give up on some of them. I don't know if some of them. Okay, the sixth queue, 6 may be tricky. Sometimes 7th queue may be more difficult than 5th, for example. Today I found 5th queue, which was very easy, which was surprisingly easy. So try, if you, for example, cannot solve this one, don't stack too much time on this one, just go to another one. So go spend like, I don't know, 20 minutes max per each, and then cross out what you already did, and then can go back if you have time. You go back and solve the more difficult. Sometimes you learn something on your way, and going back to the task, it will be easier for you. So hopefully you will get as many as possible here, because for each task you get something which are like points, and those points are not the same like in the Codewars. So in the Codewars you have additional points, and this is not related at all with the school. You get just this is just this application system for counting points. So once you get this, once you get all these answers, you go to auto tests, because some of the tasks, they do not require any person to check your answers. So this is auto test. And how does it work? So basically, here are tasks. Don't think about this one. This is not important. This part, this right side. You will see this after you kind of fill this small form. So you have this task, which is Codewars stage 1. It's very important you to see and write exactly and write exactly this one for this task. In a confirmation that this is the one, you can again visit this link. So and check that these are actually the things you've been working on. Let me close. Okay, and then it's quite important that, because how does it map? How does it connect your answers from Codewars to application? Codewars. You have something like a user here. For example, you have it here or here in the URL. You copy it. Don't make mistake, because it just won't find the answer, and you will be scored 0 points. So you paste it here, and then you submit. So as you could see, then you can refresh. It doesn't work perfect. This application doesn't work perfectly. So I kind of had to refresh it, and I didn't do the tasks. So I have basically they are not done. So no points, and they are in red. So this is the submitting the tasks. So here, solving the task, I mean, going back here, you have the task URL. And in this case, that's it. You solve in this website, you solve them. Then you go to the application, you select the task which you've been working on, you check it, and you paste your username, and you submit the task. And this is basically the first task. This you will be working, and you like officially you will get it tomorrow, but you can even start it work earlier. Okay, let's go back to the questions. Maybe there are some. Okay. Just problem, I don't know. Excuse me, I'll be recording you. Yes, it will be. Where did we finish? Somewhere here. Okay. Yes, it will be recorded. Slides will be shared too, of course. Sorry, is it possible to post here repository link for RS School for invite? Is it possible to post here repository link for the school for invite? I mean, I get this part, which is you want the repository link for the app, for the application, because this application is on the like it's developed on the GitHub, but not sure about the invite. Dmitry, could you share the repository for application, our application? But
okay.
But more, but here is like you can contribute.
Talking about RSAP? Yeah, RSAP?
Yeah. So we have this, but not quite the second part, like for invite. Let us share the link to the repository, so you basically can view and you can help us, for example, by making some pull requests, for example, to improve the application itself. But I don't get this for invite part. So you can shock. You can write again your question, clarify your question if I didn't answer it. Okay, it would be easier if you paste the URLs during presentation. We will be following you at the same time you explain steps. Well, okay, but on the other hand, you will be kind of get distracting by you will be doing something. But okay, I can. Okay. Nobody thumbed this up, so maybe you're the only one, Daniel. But no problem. We have here register student. Yeah, so we have register student, but it's not the one. I mean, you can use it, but the link I used specify exactly in the URL what course you're going to. But Hold on 1 second. Okay, maybe it's better if you just use this one, guys. Yeah. Try to register. So basically, the GitHub part, you should be, familiar with the GitHub page. And now let me go here. We'll come back to these questions. So here I'm pasting to the particular course, our course. Register student. So that would be the course you need to register. Can you share a link to this schedule? Someone already did. Thank you, Anna. Thanks. Yeah, and Dmitry here sharing the repo for the application. If you, for example, look for some more, I don't know, more closer to the production code, you can check this application code because it's written by people who are developers. Are you sharing your screen now? I cannot see. I see now. Okay. No technical problems. That's great. Daniel in Autodesk. Yeah, in Autotest, I think we cannot. Dmitry, can you
Yes, we
shed
can.
some?
Sure, no problem with it.
We can?
Yeah, sure.
What about the points? Will we get?
No any
Sorry?
drawbacks. So we don't have any like how to say this. We don't
Problems.
punish people. Yeah, no problem. Or punishment if you submit several times.
Okay, well, what about the deadline? So let's say,
yeah,
okay,
the deadline you're not able to submit. So
okay.
everything should be done before deadline.
Yeah. So as we could, hear, yeah, keep the deadline. If you submit earlier and then you can improve your answer, you can, but not after the deadline. And one comment on these deadlines, you have deadline specified here. This is your deadline. You may see in the application that this may be, for example, 1 day more. And I added this only because I had like problems with time zones and things like that. And people were, for example, submitting the work just before the deadline, and something suddenly happened, and it was already after the deadline, but they still had, like, for example, 1 hour in their clock, in their time zone. So I just added these extra hours to avoid this kind of mistakes. So please do keep these deadlines. It's basically one, these deadlines, not in the, so the application has this additional time, but try not to overuse it in your, So what would be the next? So I think we have covered this, how to submit your answers. We finished here. Codewars, course content. Okay, so we were here on the course content. So first, I briefly told you how to work with this spreadsheet. Then what else we have here? We have, of course, some editors. We start with the HTML, CSS. We go into semantic CSS. Say semantic HTML. Okay. Not sure how did they split. Anyway, you have all the recordings here. So you just watch them. Flex. CSS again, Flex. We have grid. And So this is the learning. These are the tasks. In the meantime, we also get interviews. I mentioned before. We have some special topics for the interviews. So basically, this interview will be about algorithms, data structures. So we jump into JavaScript. Most of these things we really hard working on JavaScript. We use browser APIs. We don't do much with the any frameworks for a long time. So we're learning JavaScript, inheritance, and other things. We build projects with only JavaScript native and CSS. We build things. We build things with WebSocket. There are really nice examples how you can build something which kind of connects over the web. And over this time, we also have something which are Mentors Days, and we basically these discussions. And this discussion, first you can watch it, but these discussions, we also / Q&A sessions we have live. But this is a future. This is testing, of course, Mentors Days with all the questions. And finally, at the very end, it's not specified exactly. Right now, we'll jump into framework. Last time, we prepared ourselves only for React, but then we had a lot of questions about Angular, and we kind of extended the course to also be, it was also Angular part for those who were willing. But I think we'll stick to one framework. Most probable it will be Angular. Angular, I would say it's a bit maybe harder to start with, but it teaches you really good standards and you can learn about clean code. There are lots of things which are predefined in Angular. So I think it's good framework to start. However, React is also awesome. It's not like preference, but I think if we go with only one, that maybe Angular, but don't worry too much about the practical framework, because if you have this solid foundation with JavaScript, the framework, you should be able to work with any framework. After short training, you should work with any framework. Personally, I work I already been working with 3 frameworks in EPAM, and I've been working here for 3 years. So each year was different framework. I work with Angular, Vue, and React. And the differences are not so big as people can think. But most interesting for me personally was Angular. It is. So I think that's it about this spreadsheet. You will be getting notification in this Discord channel. Maybe a few words about the Discord channel. So once you get this invitation, you go to Discord channel. Maybe I will send you the invitation in the chat as you asked. So maybe go and check if it's working for you. Okay, and so this is try, guys. Go to this link and see how is it working for you. And I will answer the questions right now. Yes. Yeah. So Zainadi, you have submitted now with 0 done. Yeah. Try to do some task and then resubmit it. And will we have a live meeting every week? So the answer is no. There are a few reasons. Most of all, it's important that we have a very large time difference between Uzbekistan and Poland. It will be very difficult. Actually, I came to this meeting, like I still had a kind of meeting at my work. My colleagues still kind of working, and I am here. And probably in Uzbekistan, it's quite late night. So we don't have live meeting. You will be watching recordings. We'll have live sessions for Q&A questions. So basically, if you have some questions, you need to try answer them by yourself or with the help with other students, or you can ask us in the live sessions at the very end. So just prepare the questions. Maybe we can add here one channel like proposal for the Q&A sessions. That would be, I think, helpful. But before you submit any questions there, try first find the answers here. And maybe a few words about the channel here. So here, at the very top, the announcements, 2021, that's for our edition. And here, coordinators will be posting the tasks and information about tasks. So that this is the task, this is the time for it, due time, and so here you will get the notification, basically copied from here. Be aware that this down the bottom, this stay may be changed sometimes, so don't get too much ahead, because some of these things may change here. So just try to stick to the timetable. Don't go too much ahead. That's one thing. So this channel you should especially follow and check what's going on here. I don't know if you see this RS, for example, activists. There are some hidden channels or locked channels. I'm not sure. That's for some special people, not special people, but for people with who I don't know how to call it, but you know what I mean. So RS activists are people who are helping others. So if you help others, you may become one. You may become RS activist. And this, for example, channel is only for them if they want to like exchange some information between only them. We have also mentors. Oh, we have lecture announcements. So I think this is the old one because the whole application was already like used once. I think lecture announcements, it's not that important, because I will be just posting announcements here. I wanna have only one place for announcements. So we have announcements for Q&A sessions, for tasks and deadlines like this here. They will be all here. We have random. It's more for students probably, or I don't know. Coordinators. That's channel only for coordinators. We have also something, because as I mentioned in the beginning, we are, like most of us, a lot of mentors are from RS community. That's Rolling Scopes community. And we have also meetups. And I see that all of them are locked. So probably this is not for the students, like they cannot. Once you may be Rolling Scopes a partner, you will be able to join these rooms. But they are like technical rooms. It's nothing really interesting going on here. Questions. So questions, I would say like yeah, it's like questions, more general questions here, like regarding something doesn't work, some link doesn't work, where I can find some task, how you doing, and all the things like that you can ask here. And these are more, I think this splitting is all right if we split our questions to programming as well questions. So programming questions are here. Gratitude, yeah, don't be shy, and if someone helps you, gratitude him by mentioning. Suggestions, that would be maybe for us, coordinators and mentors, if you want something to be improved, or you can like involve anything you can suggest here. Materials. So these are materials, but I would say that here are like materials for more general thing. So it's not like very much related to the task, particular task, but like materials. If you want to like extend your knowledge, or you can share very good tutorials, something like this, you can post it here. Here are docs, translation Russian. I don't know about this one. I think this channel shouldn't be even here, because it was in the beginning when we kind of had this not only English, but I think this channel should be only Russian. I mean only English, because if we have still here, people would be just too lazy, and Russian speaking people would just have conversation here, and that would be kind of unfair to people only English speaking or not Russian. So guys, I would just, I don't know, I'll just go ahead and remove this. Use materials, so share your materials here, and here is task channels. So if you have the materials, as I mentioned here above, but the materials are for particular task, go here, please, and share your knowledge here. Ask your questions here. I think it's the best place to questions, because if you ask here, well, but I think the conversation here on particular task is more valuable for you. Go here, ask questions here, and yeah, try to resolve. And don't paste answers here, like the code for answer. Try to help others with good tip over the if you give them the code, it will just so code task Codewars and other the tasks. So the first one will be here. You may go up above the discussion and read the discussion from previous year. This may be beneficial for you. So it's all right to go and read what people are discussed before, but it's not that necessary. Just you can start fresh and start writing. But I left the history for reference. And yeah, here also on the right hand side you can find the course organizers, are basically the people who like coordinate the course. You may ask questions as directly, but please do this after you researched and you didn't find the answer. Try use this asking us like a last research, like last person to ask, because we are already like quite busy. So, but questions are welcome, but after the research. Okay, we also have a mentor section with mentors. You can find here your mentors. Yeah, I will mention also about mentors in some moment. Course content. So we basically cover the course content, what you're gonna learn, and when and how. Course schedule. So this is again it's duplicated, but please keep deadlines. One extra day added on RS app. It's only to avoid any other situation, but keep the deadlines from this schedule, from this spreadsheet schedule. There's a possibility to extend deadline in special circumstances. You need to kind of, it's no problem if you have some thing to do, some emergency or any other, you can get ill. Don't worry that much about this. We can extend the deadline. Just communicate with the mentor so he knows. If he knows, and that's well enough. Special roles in RS school. I mentioned this. We have students, we have activists, which are very active students. It's for us as a coordinators of this course, it's quite important to see that you are active and you involved, and you don't expect only things to be given to you, but you also help. And why it's like this? Because this is actually how we want to work. This is exactly what we want. How the people in the team, if you work with people like this, it's the way to go. And being a developer, it's not only coding. I think it's a small part of your work. It's coding, helping each other, learning and passing the knowledge. It's as much important as the coding skills. I can give you even an example that sometimes to the big company, very large companies, maybe even the smallest as well, but I know the example that if you, for example, go to interview and you have a great coder and you're a very, very good programmer, but you behave in the way, like, I don't know, like in some arrogant way, or you're very close person and and you look like it will be hard to work with you, you will not get the job, you will not get the position, because these soft skills, and I wouldn't say that soft skills, but this attitude to be helpful to others is very, very important. We also have mentors and coordinators. How you can, and now there will be like a small thing for you as well as a homework. Once you are here, go here. So once you on the Discord, okay, now I know what channel I accidentally removed. Hey, hello. Okay, this channel. So once you are a student, you are here, say something to us like, hi, I'm new student. And why? The answer is like this. We need to add the privileges. Like, for example, here's Vadim. He does a lot for the school, and as you can see, he has these roles assigned. You see? Oh, I see you already saying hello. And for example, for you, I also need. I'm Paulina, but Paulina, you're a student probably. But write who you are, because what I'm going to do right now, Paulina, I assume that you are a student, and you are a student here. You see? But not all of them are students. So I need to do like this. Student, colorful. You are now our student. Awesome. So hello. Yeah, student, you see? So say hello here. I will try like, say hello, new student. I will add, but also if you don't get this label, label, maybe let's call it role. Let me know in here down, hello, I still don't have this role, so I can, or any other cross organizer can add you the proper role, student. Yeah. Yeah, great. So yeah, another thing, start doing this, and we can go for next thing. Mentoring keys. Okay, some clarifications. Okay, try now to kind of, this is like clarification, so you don't expect different things you can get from here. So what this mentoring is. So in general, mentoring is something different, completely different than, I think that's the tutoring. That's the word, tutoring is. So once you were in the high school or other school, you may have this tutor who come over to your place, your mom paid for the lessons, and you get like one-on-one lesson, and he kind of explain you everything. So mentoring is not that. Mentoring is just guiding the student. So basically, very often you get just links to research. So you kind of ask a question to mentor, but this is more general. This is not yet the school specific, but in general you have some question, and first of all you kind of research this, and then you go to your mentor or senior developer you work in the team you started working. It's very important to say like this. It's not like it doesn't work or things like how to do this. You don't ask questions like this. It shows you the lack of, the lack. Hmm, okay, I won't figure out the word, but it just shows that you didn't research it correctly right now. You need to first research something, try to find answers, do some tries by your own, and then if this doesn't work, you go to your mentor and say, this doesn't work. I tried this, this, and this. When I tried this, I had this kind of error. When I tried this, I had this, and I also tried this one, but that just completely jammed the web browser, for example. So this is how you ask questions always when you want to gain some knowledge from more experienced developers and mentors. You need to try and show what didn't work. So this shows that you are very smart and like ambitious person. A mentor is answering questions when you ask them like this. That's we also provide mentoring in general provides tips for students. For example, if you work on something and this is just kind of pointless from the developers, like experienced developers point of view, he will just give you this. Okay, just stop doing this, try different approach. So this is like a tip, but this is very general tip which kind of points you to the right directions. In this school, we have also something extra for mentor you can get. They are basically, you get code reviews. So when you will be doing your tasks, your code will be reviewed. That's really, you will get a lot of information from here. You will get the information about your code, what mistakes you do, if your way of thinking may be changed, or maybe you go in the right direction, but you just kind of stopped or whatever. But don't also, but yeah, from experience, I also know that if you, for example, if you wrote some code and your code kind of, it's not efficient and it's could be much more improved. Mentor doesn't say to you, or shouldn't say like, oh, it completely sucks. This code sucks. You need to rewrite all of them. I think the mentor should point you step by step. So he should, for example, find the small things you can fix, can give you like general idea about, for example, patterns and things like that, can give you readings, but he also shouldn't like just change everything, because in this way you will just be very like, you will like, everything you do will be depending on the mentor, but it's not like this. Mentor should point the mistakes in your coding, for example, mistakes in like how to improve them, but not completely burn down everything you did and just go with my way, because doing your way and doing these mistakes and go like achieving some point, it's the way how you learn. You will learn only this way. And for example, when you do tutorial, this real tutorial, you can copy copy the way of thinking of the author of the tutorial. You can follow his lead, and this kind of narrows down the possibility for you to learn. You need to write crappy code, then after you learn, after 6 months, you should be able to write much better code. But when you look back at your code after next 6 months, you should see, okay, it's still crappy. I still need to improve. So every 6 months, you should write better code and be kind of a bit ashamed of your code from previous 6 months. So that's basically mentoring, giving you good advices. And what mentoring is not, I basically mentioned it, it's not a tutorial, it's not one-on-one coding sessions, it's not programming student plus mentor, and this applies to our school. This is any work guarantee. So you learn, if you are good, you will get the job, but only if you're good and you pass all the interviews which apply to any other students. The one thing which is practiced, but this actually applies to every company and every programmer, every developer who may, how is the word, refer you. But this is not like shortcut for you. It's not cutting corners. It's basically the system which works in every company. We can refer anyone, but when we refer, we tend to refer someone who is good, and so it may speed up a bit the process of recruiting and may kind of put your CV a bit higher in this stack, but that's it. You need to be good, and you need to know what you're doing. Okay, let's see related intro recording. So if you are confused by my recording on my way of explaining things about the school, you may, that's optional, but it's good to watch something for relax. You may go to this recordings. I will show you one, but there are two. So here, I think the voice, it starts from sometime. It's like 15 minutes in the video, because they had some sound problem in this intro. This is intro from previous year. So you can watch it. It basically covers similar things. It's also kind of, Codewars and things like that. So you can watch it. The Codewars tasks are different than in previous year. So here in the video, you can see different tasks. But that would be only the difference. And in another video, you can also watch, or we can just stick to the second one, because I think the intro 2 was just improved video of the first, but I'm not sure. Yeah, you need to check it. And yeah, the homework for you, that would be the summary of the things I I mentioned watch related intro videos. So that's the videos. Create a GitHub account. Register in school app. Read school documentation. Join Discord and wait for announcements. Okay, am I missing something? I think. Yeah, let's go to the questions. Guys, if right now would be the best time, just go with any questions. And right, I will be answering questions now. So perfect, thanks. Okay. In auto test, can we submit answers several times? Yes. Yes, we can. Okay. It's hard to keep track of the Okay, I think we left off here last time. What will happen when we do not manage to submit some of the tasks if they are too hard for us? So, very good question. It will not happen that much. Try to submit any work you have. Basically, we have like two different tasks. One task is auto-checked task, like this Codewars. And please do submit whatever work you have. You will receive points for this. The more points you get, it's better. It doesn't mean that if you get, for example, for task 0 or 1 point, I think it's still better than if you do not submit at all. You need to please submit any work you do. I would say that this is important. If you cannot submit the task because some issues, some events in your life, please inform the mentor. If the task is too hard for you, try do your best. There's no perfect solution, and any solution is better than no solution. And any research is better than just try to do any work. And then with this work, you go to your mentor. On the way, you will create, like before the deadline, you will create, for example, a different task. One of the next tasks will be creating, like, for example, like a web page. So, okay, let's assume that this task is too hard for you, but you always can at least create like structured HTML or something like this. This is a silly example because I'm sure you all can do these things, but this would be the example. They just create at least the markup for the HTML. Do whatever you can, research as much as you can. Even don't be like shy because you are not as good as for example, other colleagues. You will notice the scoreboard, you will notice, and you don't think that you shouldn't work on your skills because you are kind of worse. It doesn't matter. Everyone has its own starting point here, and the goal is to improve it. And if you improve one step is great, and everyone improves something. If someone is very good programmer here, and he will be like nailing all the tasks and will be scoring all the 100% points. Actually, I think he may not benefit from the school as much as the worst student who will improve a few times, and this best student, he will just improve a little bit. So don't compare yourself to others, just do as much as you can. And mentor will help you, and you will for sure benefit from this. So with that saying, let's go to another question from Daniel. I have one question. I went to the scores in the app. How come some people have 300 points at the beginning of the course? This is, again, very good question. So, as you could see here in this application, some of you went ahead and, this school is kind of public. We don't hide things from students. So if someone had this chance, because, for example, he was a student from the previous year, he got some link. We didn't hide this link. It's this link is shown in all these videos. It's quite easy to find there. So what he did, what those people do, is basically they went, I don't know, like auto test. They did this, like they see, okay, Codewars, okay. And they went to see this task, for example, and they did this before. So even may happen that if you had used this application before you applied for this course. For example, here, yeah, I submitted this, but I have a few, very few already, solved, because I solved them 3 years ago, and they are in the system of Codewars. So they kind of submitted this beforehand. But you guys have some deadlines. So right now, those people who kind of did these tasks can sit back and relax and, enjoy the time. And you, the new people who just came, you need to work hard. But on the other hand, like 2 weeks ago, when they did these tasks, they work hard, and you are kind of relaxed. So some summary is the same. You have some time to do this, and just do it right now. So this is what happened. They just registered beforehand. We are not able to control over all of that. And this is just the beginning, actually. The real work will come with more difficult projects, and they are not done. You all be getting this task. And right now you can peek into the future and see it, but just stick to the timeline, and that's it. You have time. Right now, I think you will have at least 1 week to finish the Codewars. I think deadline is somewhere here. You just need to sit and do the Codewars. Okay. Hopefully I answered this question. Not like half of them, but let's say 3 of 12. Yeah, 3 of 12. Some of the 20, I mean 3 of 20. Should I fill in my name in the registration form exactly as is this in ID card? Or it's enough to fill in this in English? It's completely fine. It's not like we track in any way someone's identity. If you want to do it secretly, it's fine for us. And it's not required at all. We also kind of don't check this information. It's for us, you're learning. That's the knowledge we're passing. We are going to learn the last version on Angular. Yeah, I think, yeah. Last version on Angular. What else? Now Angular just releases their version every 6 months. Probably it will be maybe 13 or something like this. But they don't change that much since the second version. I don't know what that is. Someone sent this. Or maybe that was me. Yeah, that was me. Yeah, okay, Anya, Yanyak, it's a great question. Actually, I was going to say that. Yeah, but in some, I don't know, in a few weeks after you completed first, because there's like, we have tons of students right now. I think for Poland, we have 300, 400 people who registered. And for Uzbekistan, it's not as much, but it's also quite a number. And we have very limited number of mentors. So first tasks you will be doing with this auto checking way. So you will guys be doing your work on your own. It's like solving this katas, basically, because they don't require you to have a mentor. You just practice your JavaScript skills. And after these few first weeks, there will be a special task. I don't know. We kind of discussed this with Dmitry already. There will be like it will be like a check, maybe. So please do your task by yourself. It will be very short time to solve some. I think the first one will be with the algorithmic tasks. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dmitry. So we will give you like a very limited time to do this. We will announce this beforehand, so you can prepare the time for it, because so we would like to have all the same possibilities. So can if you work, for example, you probably may consider like take day off, for example, to have the same time, for example, for someone who doesn't work. And so there will be like task, and after this task, we can verify people who will pass it, and then we will be assigning tasks, mentors manually to the students. So we have some pool of mentors, and we have students, and we will be distributing mentors among the students. So the mentor will have some kind of group of students. We would like to have, the groups to be the smallest, the better. But on the other hand, we would like to have, as many students as possible. This is also, it's like, you would like to have mentor for small group, but on the other hand, you don't want to be, left out. So we do our best. We'll match in the application. We'll match students with mentors. We assign them, and then you will see in your application that there is a mentor which is assigned to you. And this will happen, I think, the task will be somewhere in the middle of April, so in 1 month. And then closer to the end of April, you will get mentors. Yeah, thank you again for the question. This is what I kind of forgot to mention. Who can send me a school Discord channel or server name? I think I can do it right now. Where is it? School. I think I had it here. Yeah, so this is channel. Not yet, teams. Who can send me a Discord channel or server name? So I think this is what you need. It's a like channel for the. Check this out if it works for you. Oh my God, it's so many questions. All right, so Muhammad, I send you this like channel. This is not like invitation. The thing I sent, it's like no channel, Discord channel. But I don't know, you probably need also this invitation. Does the deadline open until the last hour of the mentioned day, or it's closed once the day starts? I was in the previous edition, I was mentor. I'm not exactly sure how it works. You have open hours for sure, even further than the deadline, because we keep track of this one. So in the application, there will be probably not 16 but 17. But what happens then after a few days, I'm not sure. Please raise your question. Please raise your question in questions in Discord chat. Nicola, that was trying to answer your question. Nikita, I'm sorry. It's been a long day. Okay, so thanks. I managed to open the link in the incognito. Okay, you opened it in the incognito mode. Yeah, good. Crash, hello. Thank you. Okay, Crash. Question from Crash. Hello. Thank you for the course. I have a question about the deadlines. In the schedule table, we can see only the deadline day. It means that it must send be task no longer done. I think this is the way how I schedule this to the end of the day, but I also add this extra day. So yeah, the answer is yeah, to the end of the day. 18th, it means to the end of the day. We will not cut you. Like, everyone will get a mentor. Like everyone who will, I hope that Adrian, we will get mentors for everyone, but you know, it won't be one-to-one. That one thing. And another thing, you need to solve and finish the task you will get before the mentors distribution. Can you paste here link to YouTube? Alicia. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, on this channel, a lot of things are in Russian. It's another thing. But videos, if you go, I don't know, if you go to the playlists, yeah, Iris Poland. So as you can see here, there's Iris Poland, and this is all the like lectures for this also edition. However, there is more lectures because some of them like duplicated and things like that. So the lectures you will get here. That's why I can filter them and added only the one you need to watch and like valid one. So you have lectures here. Here you go. So this is the YouTube. You can see any other things, but probably don't get too much distracted on any other materials. It's good to know because you will. This course is quite intense and intensive. So just try first, do your task, and then if you have time to do anything else. Yeah, Muhammad, I hope that you solve your question. Yeah, you can download the app or try to open in incognito. For some reason, I can get authorization to my Discord account. Shimon, so yeah, try to do the things Muhammad did. Now we have also a question from Lochris Nov. Sorry. Here, will it be possible to choose an addition mentor from list? No, probably no. We can have short list of mentors. So no additional list and probably and we'll be assigning like mentors to students. Or maybe some mentor can, I don't know. I don't know exactly the mechanism behind that. Paulina is writing, will it be possible to reconcile the work and the course? I'm not sure what you mean. Reconcile means like change. I'm not sure. You can specify the question. Because reconcile the work and the course. I kind of don't understand this question. In TypeScript required to know for the. I think TypeScript is required for all the versions except the first one. TypeScript for Angular, Paulina. Yeah, but don't worry about frameworks so far. They will come in time. But Krzysztof, you're asking if the docs are available also in English. Krzysztof, the docs are in English, but maybe in a different page. You kind of, where did you go? Yeah, that's the, we have two versions. So yeah, we have English docs here, no documentation. So this is the URL. Let's go. I'll pass you. Okay, I will just paste this link to docs, but I will continue with answering because then I will lose the conversation. I will skip to different part. Okay. What are the interviews like? Will they be one-to-one? Yes, one-to-one interview, of course. How should we prepare for them along with going through the work? If you mean the work, like your job you do, for a living, it will be hard for you, of course. This is the process. You need to find a way. You need to. We are not able to help you with that if you with your work. But if you also mention the work here in the school by doing the tasks and the lecture will kind of prepare you for this. But this course is not easy, and it's also not meant to be for very beginner students. So I will can tell you, for example, that we asking about data structures, some things about time complexity, algorithms, and things like that. And to be honest, these things, if you are like learning, you've been learning for some time, you should already get some knowledge about this. So yeah, you just need to learn them, and we can tell you what to learn. We cannot tell you what to learn, and that's important. In any job, in any interview, you will have to know this. Will some group, team task, or project be performed? No, you basically work on your own with mentor helping you. That's all. You are very welcome to exchange some knowledge and experience and help each other, but there are not team tasks. Hi, I have a question. Anna F is asking, hi, I have a question regarding deadlines. Whom to write to extend deadline to your mentor? Please address the. That's basically, you and your mentor, because your mentor will be checking your tasks. Very important for him to know that. Hello, Elliot. Hello. Once I finished with this lecture recording, where we'll be able to access it? On YouTube. This recording will be on YouTube. Plus, maybe, I don't know, but Teams usually after my meetings, like my work at my work, the meetings are here. Like, you know, you get like post to the like link to the meeting. So this, if you open this meeting, you should get the recording. But this works in my work right now. Not sure, but YouTube is the place. Can you paste here link to YouTube? Yes, I already did. Yeah, I think I answered the questions you had here. I'm passing right now the docs for the in English. And one more. Are those stages on which students with lower scores are the stages on which students with lower scope will not be able to participate in advanced path? No. You basically asking if you need to get some level to get another task? No, you just need to follow the course and you will get the tasks. The truth is actually that you don't have to even be a student here to get the tasks and do work on them. If you, for example, watching this video in the future, you can go to our website, you can navigate to these links, and you can just do it by your own. But in that case, you won't get the mentor. But here, you just do your work. You answer. You supply your. You apply your work. Not. Oh my God. Okay, I'm getting a bit tired, but but no, you get all the tasks. Okay. So it's almost 6 in Poland. No, it's 7. It's almost 7 in Poland. It's been 2 hours with you. Thank you very much, you all, for coming, for applying to the school. I hope you for the best. And yeah, I'll inform you about next step on Discord channel. Okay, so thank you very much. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much for the lecture. Bye-bye.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.